Archangel Michael says, you are being watched, but not by the eyes you expect. Someone in your neighbor's house has begun to stir energies that directly affect you. Last night, a silent plan was activated without your permission. It began as a whisper, a conversation muffled behind thick walls. But the words carried weight, and the vibration passed right into your space. The name spoken was yours. That neighbor, the one who never looked directly into your eyes, knows something they should never have known. They have been fed information about your life that was never meant to reach them. The intention was to observe how you'd react, but not from kindness. Archangel Michael says, a shift in the spiritual realm occurred at midnight. A candle was lit in a room not your own, yet its flame called your spirit by name. What was meant to be harmless curiosity has crossed into dangerous territory. Type Amen to get blessing 333. This neighbor is not just a resident, they are now a channel. A hidden source instructed them to record moments, track shadows, and document behaviors. You became their center of attention without consent. Inside their home is something that holds your essence, perhaps a photo, a copy, a scent transferred from something you touched. The objects they gathered are not for beauty or remembrance. They are for control. You may have sensed it in recent days, the odd dreams, the sudden exhaustion, the confusion after visiting the front of your home. These are not coincidences. They are consequences. 3 nights ago, someone stood by their upstairs window watching your movements. A notebook in hand. A faint red light blinked from a device on the sill. Nothing about that moment was random. Type Amen to get blessing 777. The intentions began subtle, mimicry, admiration, curiosity. But now they've moved into something far more sinister. They are trying to replicate you, even manipulate the very energy around you. Archangel Michael says, a spiritual alert has been sounded in heaven on your behalf. Heaven cannot wait in silence while your identity is mimicked for unknown purpose. A celestial order has been issued for your protection to be increased starting tonight. Their walls are hiding secrets. Behind one of them is a letter with a symbol on it. Your initials are marked in the center. This paper holds instructions about a spiritual impersonation. They believe copying your patterns will attract your blessings. But blessings cannot be stolen by imitation. Yet, the attempt alone causes ripple effects. You may have felt delays, sudden arguments, or misdirection lately. This is the cause. Type Amen to get blessing 222. A woman was seen entering their home, wearing a scarf over her face. She left behind a small black pouch. What's inside it will be revealed very soon, and it carries weight heavier than gold, its spiritual residue, a piece of someone else's suffering offered to block yours. Your name has entered conversations that you were never part of. Every word spoken in falsehood becomes like a web, trying to tie you into a reality not yours. But the angels are cutting every thread. This neighbor thought you'd never notice. They counted on your kindness, your silence, your trust in the world. But heaven doesn't stay silent when the chosen one is targeted. Archangel Michael says, a fire will rise in their own house, not of flames, but of consequences. They are playing with divine energy like it's a game. But they've touched something sacred, you. Type Amen to get blessing 999. What you see with your eyes isn't all that's happening. Behind their smiles is a file with your name and movements. Someone gave them permission, but that someone is about to face divine wrath. They plan to interfere with your next phase. They wanted your delay. They couldn't bear to see you rise. You will notice one item has gone missing in your home. It wasn't misplaced. It was taken. What they do with it is what heaven now watches closely. A name will come to your ears in a dream. That is the one who handed your photo to your neighbor. Their connection is deeper than gossip, it is bonded in spiritual greed. Type Amen to get blessing 144. Your energy has been tracked not because you are weak, but because you are chosen. You are glowing with favor. They want what belongs to your soul, not knowing it comes with divine fire. Watch the left window of that neighbor's house. The light that flickers is not just electricity. It's movement, someone walking back and forth, repeating your name under breath. The angels have circled your home twice. Every corner has now been marked for divine surveillance. No shadow will go unnoticed. They underestimated your power. But power cannot be hidden. It screams through every step you take. Type Amen to get blessing 555. They used something of yours in a mirror. It wasn't their reflection they wanted, it was to switch outcomes. But the mirror cracked after the third use. That was their warning. You have a divine imprint that no one can duplicate. They can mimic your voice, your schedule, even your smile, but the vibration of your spirit is unmatchable. Their obsession is born from envy. They don't understand why your name is favored in heaven. They never saw the nights you cried alone or the pain you endured in silence. Now, they want the results without the sacrifice. But heaven has witnessed it all. Type Amen to get blessing 818. Archangel Michael says, heaven will make an example out of them. What they meant for harm will bounce back. Their house will echo with confusion while yours will rise in clarity. You must not confront them directly. Your voice is protected. Your silence is weaponized by angels. They used your photo in a ritual involving wax and a chain. But the moment they spoke your name without honor, the chain tightened around their fate. Everything hidden will come to light. The bag in their closet, the voice notes recorded, the diary entries, they will all be uncovered. Type Amen to get blessing 636. You will hear them deny it. You will hear them act shocked. But the air between you has already spoken the truth. This neighbor may try to apologize, to invite you in. Don't go. They want to bring you close one more time, to break your final line of protection. The angels are repositioning your energy now. Your aura has been adjusted to repel what no longer aligns with heaven's blueprint. No curse formed from jealousy will touch your body. Someone saw them standing too close to your door 2 nights ago. They pretended to look lost. But they were leaving something small, a charm or symbol. Type Amen to get blessing 131. That item has now been picked up by the angels. It is being studied in the realm of heaven. The verdict will be delivered soon. You'll start to feel lighter. You'll start to feel seen again by those who once overlooked you. Because this blockage is now dissolving. The neighbor underestimated one thing: your divine assignment is protected by forces beyond their understanding. They will now face every spiritual law they violated. The days ahead will show signs. A sudden loud noise at night. A mirror falling. An electronic blinking on its own. Each is a signal of energy being cleared. Type Amen to get blessing 474. You are not paranoid. You are prophetic. What your spirit warned you about was real. That unease, that heaviness at the center of your chest when walking near their home, was spiritual detection. Your spirit has always been ahead of their games. They will begin to experience their own chaos soon. Their nights will not be restful. Their plans will scatter like ash in the wind. What they used to monitor you will now backfire. The devices will malfunction. The prayers they whispered will turn to echoes against their own walls. Type Amen to get blessing 888. You were never supposed to know. But heaven decided that enough was enough. You are no one's experiment. Every tear you shed because of the confusion is being restored as wisdom. Every delay they caused will now be reversed with acceleration. You will be elevated in front of those who hoped you would fall. Your strength will become undeniable. The blessing they tried to snatch has multiplied. What was once meant for one door is now a hallway of openings. Type Amen to get blessing 919. Archangel Michael says, you are not alone in this war. We stand on every side of your home now. Every night, one angel takes guard at your bedroom entrance. They tried to penetrate the shield around your home using envy. But that shield has now become fire. You will feel a warmth at your back when you sit. That's not just presence, it's divine covering. The name of the neighbor will be whispered to someone you trust. That confirmation will come in the form of, I always felt something strange about them. That will be your sign. Type Amen to get blessing 727. Your journey now moves forward. No more shadows trailing you. No more whispers of sabotage. Tonight, pour a glass of water, speak your full name into it, and leave it by your window. That act will declare your energy fully reclaimed. And in the next 7 days, something shocking will unfold, a truth revealed that brings you both closure and power. They will no longer use your name in darkness. From now on, only heaven will speak your name, and it will be followed by thunderous blessing. Type Amen to get blessing 444. Archangel Michael says, you are being elevated now not because you demanded it, but because you were chosen for it, even in the face of betrayal. This neighbor doesn't realize that when someone targets the protected, they invite the divine into their downfall. Their actions have caused a spiritual lawsuit in the heavens, and the judgment is already in process. In the realm of light, you were called by your true name, your soul name, the one no one on earth knows but the divine. It echoed across spiritual realms when your neighbor stepped out of bounds. They have provoked attention from holy forces, and this cannot be reversed. They looked through your windows and thought they saw a person to imitate. But what they failed to see was the fire in your spirit, the call in your bloodline, the protection in your legacy. They wanted the outside, but they will now taste the weight of touching something sacred. Type Amen to get blessing 474. Your divine team saw everything. When they whispered lies to the man in the red vehicle parked outside your home last week, they activated a consequence beyond their control. What they meant as a setup became their spiritual exposure. This is deeper than jealousy. This is identity theft in the spirit. They are trying to enter dimensions where your name is honored, but the doors won't let them in. You may feel sudden moments of dizziness. That is not weakness. That is energy recalibrating after interference. A heavy energy has left your aura. You may feel like crying for no reason. That's heaven cleansing the trauma of silent sabotage. Type Amen to get blessing 373. Your house is now being surrounded by guardian energy. There is something forming in the spirit, a line of separation between your life and their intentions. This wall cannot be broken by spell, gossip, or impersonation. You will hear movement near your door, a shuffle, a knock, or a breeze with no source. That's not fear. That's a signal. Something is returning to you. They borrowed a piece of your energy when you unknowingly touched something they left behind, a cloth, a note, a trinket. It had spiritual fingerprints. But that portal is now closed. Your sleep will return. Your peace will return. Your glow will return. Type Amen to get blessing 585. They tried to shift your destiny. But destiny is anchored in divine soil. It cannot be moved by the hands of imitators. One of their guests, a relative or a close friend, is aware of what's going on. That person will break their silence in the coming days. Watch for the accidental confession. You will overhear something, a name, a location, a day. That is not random. That is a signal from the divine confirming your suspicions. Someone is about to return an item to you, something they claim was found. Do not accept it into your space. It was never truly lost. It was taken. Type Amen to get blessing 212. The neighbor has spoken your name to 3 different people. They described you in ways you never presented. Each word built an illusion that is now breaking. You will be vindicated in silence. Heaven is raising witnesses. And no force will stop the truth from spilling. Their home will begin to feel heavy. They'll feel unease. They'll hear creaks, flickers of light, strange dreams. Because the energy they stirred is not peaceful, it's justice. You were not chosen to live in fear. You were chosen to shine in divine security. They can mimic appearance, but they cannot mirror favor. Type Amen to get blessing 101. Archangel Michael says, the street you live on has now become a holy ground. The battle may have begun at your neighbor's window, but it will end with your victory celebrated in the heavens. You will see birds, specifically a white one, land near your window or rooftop. That is a sign that the watch has begun. Do not worry about revenge. Heaven fights smarter than humans. The very source they called upon to harm you has now reversed direction. Something is crumbling in their life quietly. But publicly, it will look like coincidence. Yet in the spirit, it's correction. Type Amen to get blessing 393. You will find your strength in peace, not anger. Your power is rising from within. Your aura is being restored to a golden frequency. From now, people will start reacting differently around you. You'll see respect increase. Because your glow is returning and your purpose is being announced. Their plan was never to love you. It was to extract from you what they couldn't create on their own. But divine originality cannot be copied. You are protected by the covenant of heaven. Your name carries fire. Your words shake spiritual realms. Type Amen to get blessing 200. They cannot operate under your light anymore. What once flowed to them freely is now sealed off. Even their dreams will shift. One of them will try to move away or disconnect. That's a sign of retreat. They will not confess fully, but their silence will become an admission. What they planted in the dark is now being uprooted. Every whisper, every trick, every photo, they are being spiritually seized. Your energy was never up for grabs. You were born with a sealed destiny. And no one, no neighbor, no force, can undo what heaven has spoken over you. Type Amen to get blessing 606. Now your steps are being directed with purpose. Your next move will lead to something greater, a promotion, a reconnection, a revelation. Don't fear their silence. Silence is where heaven speaks loudest. Your spirit knows. There is something buried near their entrance. A symbol or object linked to the spiritual transaction. It will be unearthed soon, by divine intervention. Someone in their circle is now nervous. They know the wrong energy was awakened. But it is too late to turn it back. Type Amen to get blessing 112. The light around you is changing color. It's shifting into royal blue, a sign of authority. Your spiritual rank has increased because you endured without retaliation. This was a test. A fire. A crossing. And you survived. Now comes the part where you rise. They will watch you from behind curtains. They'll wonder why you still glow. They'll question why their plan failed. But you won't need to explain anything. Your victory will speak. Type Amen to get blessing 344. Archangel Michael says, the time of hiding is over. Step into the fullness of who you are. Walk boldly, because the ground you walk on has been cleared by angels. Their house will feel it. Their mirrors will not reflect correctly. Their devices will glitch. The darkness they stirred will find no rest. Meanwhile, your sleep will deepen. Your voice will strengthen. Your clarity will sharpen. Someone will return what they took. Not because they want to, but because they must. The spiritual laws demand restitution. Type Amen to get blessing 919. This is not about revenge. This is about restoration. This is divine justice dressed in silence. Keep your boundaries. Don't explain your inner peace. They don't deserve access to your healed space. This was never just about your neighbor. This was about unlocking the next level of spiritual power within you. And now it has begun. Type Amen to get blessing 777. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. Archangel Michael says, the spiritual realm has recorded everything. From the moment your neighbor crossed the line, the heavens began documenting every whisper, every move, every exchange. And now, that record is being weighed. This is not just gossip. It is a direct attempt to reroute your fate. But the divine blueprint of your life is sealed in light, untouchable and eternal. They tried to rewrite your story in secret. But heaven holds the original script. And your name is still marked with favor, victory, and divine justice. Type Amen to get blessing 818. One of their houseplants has died recently. That is not random. It absorbed the heavy energy they tried to send out and couldn't survive the poison. Your own space is being purified. You'll notice it in the air, in the quiet, in the new flow of ideas returning to you. The fog is lifting. They tried to blur your focus. They wanted you drained so you wouldn't notice what was stolen. But now your eyes are open, sharper than ever. You are stepping into divine awareness. And with awareness comes reclaiming. Type Amen to get blessing 343. There's something that will be returned unexpectedly. A letter. A small object. A file you never knew was missing. It will come back to you, marked with confusion, as if found. But you'll know in your spirit, it was taken. And it's only returning now because the one who held it is under divine pressure. Watch their behavior closely. Their eyes won't meet yours like they used to. Their words will tremble. Their silence will become loud. They're no longer acting from boldness. They're acting from fear. Type Amen to get blessing 505. Archangel Michael says, you are entering a time of reversal. What was said about you will return to them. What was stolen from you will multiply and return in blessing. Their energy can no longer cling to yours. It will fall off like dust in the wind. They'll feel disconnected because their cords to you have been cut. Someone will pretend they've changed, offering friendliness or peace. But they carry residue. Heaven says, don't allow emotional trickery to undo your divine distance. Let your protection remain. You've come too far to turn back now. Type Amen to get blessing 383. Your finances are about to improve. Because part of their interference was designed to block your financial flow. They spoke your name during a financial ritual, hoping to divert your luck. But it didn't work. Instead, your next opportunity has doubled. And it's coming within the next cycle. Watch for the 7th or 11th. You'll find sudden support from someone you didn't expect. A door will open, and you won't have to knock. That's divine restoration in motion. Their confusion will be your clarity. Their loss will mark the start of your gain. Type Amen to get blessing 211. You are no longer carrying invisible weights. You'll notice how easily you breathe. How clearly you think. That's because what they did is broken now. They cursed your mirror once. But now, when they look in theirs, they won't recognize themselves. They'll feel lost in the very confusion they hope to throw at you. And you will only shine brighter. The next time you cross paths, you'll feel it. A shiver. A breeze. A pulse in your chest. That is your spirit recognizing the source of former harm. But don't be afraid. You are stronger now. Type Amen to get blessing 727. Your neighbor will make mistakes. They'll be exposed through their own words. One slip up in a message, one wrong person overhearing a detail, and the whole plan will collapse. You don't need revenge. Heaven's justice is perfect and undeniable. They wanted people to doubt you. But now those same people will start questioning them. You won't even have to speak, their energy will give them away. People will distance from them. What they tried to pull you into, they will now face alone. Type Amen to get blessing 114. You are not just protected, you are rising. Their actions triggered a chain reaction that has brought favor to your path. You'll start receiving things faster. Approvals, offers, signs, surprises. It's divine speed, now that the blockage has lifted. This moment was meant to weaken you. But it became the proof of your unshakable calling. They tampered with sacred ground and summoned their own downfall. There's a shift in the air now. A coldness in their home. A lightness in yours. That's the separation. Type Amen to get blessing 939. Archangel Michael says, do not give them access again. The energy they carry is no longer compatible with your anointed space. They cannot enter your doorway. They cannot touch your belongings. They cannot look into your eyes without feeling the heat of truth. This phase ends with your elevation. You will feel joy again, not the joy they tried to copy, but the joy that only heaven can place in your heart. You are safe. You are whole. You are surrounded by light. Type Amen to get blessing 555. And soon, your enemies will witness your breakthrough. Not behind closed curtains, but in broad daylight. They will have no choice but to watch. What they tried to delay will now arrive faster. What they tried to silence will now be shouted in blessings. They couldn't stop your name from being written in divine favor. And no earthly energy can erase what heaven has declared. You are returning to yourself. And nothing, not even a neighbor with dark intentions, can stop what's already been activated. Type Amen to get blessing 848. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20.